Good morning, welcome to Breakfast with Brandon. Hey, so the subject today we're gonna talk about, and it's kind of comical, but it's actually serious at the same time. So we're gonna talk about a term that I heard a while ago, and I agree that I've coined this term, okay? And it's called Trump derangement syndrome. And this is a syndrome that I think a lot of people on the left are being tremendously affected by, to the point where they have little to no proper judgment on scenarios and situations surrounding the president of the United States of America. And this has been prevalent on TV shows like The View, you got CNN, and you got other shows that I have personally been on and have seen that are inherently biased, either consciously or unconsciously. And I think that we need to address this subject and we need to talk about it today on the show. Okay, let's talk about Trump derangement syndrome on television, on media, even social media. You have individuals, and this is one thing I'll never understand, is that how in the world have a man who was a business tycoon, billionaire, who no one has ever said was racist, no one has ever said that he was a rapist, that he had done mistreated women, that he was a sexist, whatever you name it, whatever the left decides to name you when they lose in a debate or an argument. Nobody has ever said that that was this man, that Donald Trump was that guy. Everybody loved him. He's on TV shows, celebrities taking pictures with him. He's at everybody's dinners. And then all of a sudden, when the truth begins to interject in a society that don't want to hear the truth, now that's when the rumors come out. That's when the lies come out. That's when the hate come out. And what I don't understand from the media perspective is that, why do you want to commit media death? You're committing media suicide because you're interjecting lies knowingly, as if we're not smart enough to see the truth. That you don't have business corporations or media outlets like Conservative Tribune that's going to set the record straight for you. Like that don't exist. For some reason, they don't think that we can get information from sources outside of their conglomerates. We will. And the thing is that they're killing themselves. They're shooting themselves in the foot because CNN just yesterday went so far as to create a lie in plain view regarding the president in Japan with the prime minister. I guess they were feeding fish with these fish pellets or whatever you want to call them. And clearly the prime minister, if you look at the entire video, he pours out the rest of his pellets or seeds, and then Donald Trump follows suit. And they intentionally cut off the screen where you only see Donald Trump pouring out the full box and made it an outrage. There's no way in God's green earth that we should be talking about feeding fish on national TV when we have all these other instances that we or events that are going on in this country that we should be concerned about. But that's just a short snippet of the things that they do on the media. I mean, you can't get them. I have personally been on shows where it should be impartial, right? It's an impartial perspective. And I'm wondering, with the Trump derangement syndrome that's going around, is the people who claim, or are the people who claim to be impartial, not even aware that they're completely left? There's no way in the world you should be impartial and all you hear is negative feedback. There's a way to ask a question impartially, and there's a way to ask a leading question that's negative. So I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I think that it is becoming a real issue. Now, people that I know, I believe that people who support Donald Trump, people who lean more towards the conservative perspective, really don't have this problem. I think that the things that Donald Trump do or that he has done in the past that we may not agree with, we at least give it an honest perspective. We at least say, I don't like that. But I understand all of the brilliant things that he has done for this country. At least we can sit down and say, okay, the unemployment rate is down tremendously. The lowest it has been in 17 years. That the stock market is breaking records that we've never seen before. And, you know, Jobs are being created. Businesses are coming back. You know, border crossings from Mexico into the United States illegally has dropped 40% the last time I checked. Without the wall, just the pure rhetoric. The man is a business tycoon. These people who have been getting investigated by Mueller, which is a whole nother story, I think that Donald Trump has proven himself by firing these people before they've ever gotten into any trouble. I believe that he has the foresight that some of these people don't even have. But what I'm saying is, I could go on and on about the positive things that I think about Donald Trump, but what I'm saying is that the Trump derangement syndrome has gotten out of hand, and I think people need to come back to reality and start looking at things from a balanced perspective. You don't have to like the results of the election to respect the results of the election. You don't have to like this year, out of all the years that presidents have been elected, you may not like the fact of the Electoral College for some reason, but you have to respect the Electoral College. You may not like everything that Donald Trump does, but you need to respect it because he is the president of the United States of America. And your biases and your emotions mean nothing when it comes to this country. We should be sticking together. We should be pushing forward, good and bad, and trying to make things happen for the betterment of us, for the betterment of this country, and for the betterment of our future, our children, people who are going to come after us. So this may have been a little more serious than normal, but it's just something that's been on my mind. If you're watching this and you're falling for the Trump derangement syndrome, you can come out of it. Trust me. Thank you guys for watching. Comment below, and I'll see you guys on the next show.